athlete would be quarterback Stetson Bennett. Again, if you have a question, please raise your hand. If you don't have a question anymore, please lower your hand as well. Morning, Stetson. All right, first question is from John Neo. Go ahead, John. You there, John? Okay. Ralph Russo. Ralph, you have a question?
No, sorry, man. I did not. But you know what? I'll take a shot here. Give me Stetson. Thanks for doing this. When did you realize that a guy like Brock Berrios, a freshman, could be sort of a special player and a breakout player for you guys? Because he really has been maybe the biggest weapon on the team with a lot of injuries at receiver.
Just, I don't know. I guess it was more of a progressive thing for me. There was a few times we're working out over the summer, and we'd have these plyo boxes, and you see him jumping up there, but you don't know if, he's just a freak athlete and he's going to be able to process things fast enough to play this year. And then as time goes on, you see that he's a freak athlete, and he also can process things fast enough. And so, you always, everybody we recruit in the skill positions are athletic enough and talented enough to do what he's done. I think where he shines the most is how slowly the game comes for him, and how football smart he is. And so there wasn't anything that just flashed. It was more a progressive thing over time.
And the next question for Chip Towers. Go ahead, Chip.
Yeah, hey, Stetson, good to see you. Your position coach there was just talking about, how you came to end up being, Georgia's primary number one quarterback. And what he said, sometimes we as coaches undervalue a player's ability and they take that personally and that kind of stuff. What is your relationship like with Coach Monken? And I'm assuming, what does it say that you could prove yourself only on your play on the field as opposed to, having to overcome other factors? Like it was all tangible football play that got you into the position that you are.
Me and Monk are, he's a great football coach. Anytime I have any questions, I can go to him and ask. You want your play on the field to be the only determining factor. That's what you sign up for. That's what you expect. And so if that's been the case, then that is exactly all that you want. Because then it's up to you. You don't really want to rely on anybody else to perform or not perform. You want it to be in your hands. I guess that's all I have.
Our next question's for Zach Klein. Go ahead, Zach.
Hey, Stetson, since you've been in this position down the road, you know that usually one of the most popular players on the team is the backup quarterback. Who do you lean on with to handle the noise, the distraction? And, are you confident in your abilities to lead this team to the national championship?
What was the first part of the question?
Because you've been in the backup position before, and you know that's usually the most popular position on the team. Who do you lean on to get you through the outside noise?
I don't know. I mean, like I've said before, if you listen to them when they're telling you how good they are, then you're going to listen to them whenever they tell you how bad you are. And I don't really care what anybody else says. My job is to go out every single day, build chemistry with these guys, watch film enough to be prepared for when the game comes. And that's the only thing I'm worried about. You can't put any value on people who really have no clue what they're talking about talking. I wouldn't listen to myself if I was given a speech on heart surgery. Not comparing football to heart surgery, but it's the same kind of gist. So why would I listen to somebody who doesn't do this for a living and just watches it happen? It really doesn't bother me. It's a bit frustrating sometimes, I guess. But like I said, I don't have social media. I don't, so I don't wallow in it. I don't sit in it. I don't think about it. All I'm thinking about is beating Michigan and being the best quarterback I can be for my teammates.
Next question for Lainey Higgins. Go ahead, Lainey.
Hey there, Stetson. I've got a question, kind of switching gears a little bit about the defense on your team. And given that you face them all the time in practice, I'm curious, what specifically do they do that's so hard to play against? And, what factors really just make them, next level elite or great?
Well, I think it's a combination of the type of players we have and the coaching staff on the defense side of the ball. Coaching staff knows our strengths and our weaknesses, tries to amplify one and minimize the other. And they're just, I also think the coaching staff will tell you they're just so talented. You can't really do much in this game unless you have talented players. And I think our defense is the most talented defense in the country. And they're hungry to go out there and prove to you that they are every single game. They're in the film room studying tendencies, studying, what different formations mean to them, going over their calls. And I think anybody on the offense side of the ball would say that's a pleasure to practice against them every day because they are the best in the country. And if you go against the best in the country, then it's going to make you better. That's just how it works.
Okay, last question for Stetson. Jake Rowe. Go ahead, Jake.
Stetson, I kind of wanted to get into your preparation for this game. You look at that edge rush. You look at kind of Michigan being so multiple defensively. What did you do anything different? Did you take any extra time because you're not really familiar with this? You didn't watch any film on this team last year. You haven't had any cross-sectional opponents. What was your preparation like coming into to this and getting ready for Michigan?
Yeah, I mean, it's been – I kind of separated it into weeks. But in those specific weeks, it would be the same as if it was a regular game week, right? I didn't want to do anything too different. Obviously we have a bunch more time, and so that allows me to put more time into them. But I didn't change anything up about my process, what I watch on what day, who I watch, because then I think you start overthinking things, and you start, is the way. It's just too much thought going into it. So obviously I have watched more of them because of the time, but nothing in what I do each week has changed.
All right, Stetson, thanks for your time this morning. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Next up, we're going to have running back Zamir White.